Hey, good morning, boys and girls out there in TV land. Welcome back to another wonderful edition, episode 51, wow, of Jedi Academy. I'm Ranger J 1999 from the RSG crew, and welcome everybody to the Jedi Academy. What is the Jedi Academy? Well, that's where we compile our best and brightest, and then we throw in the RSG crew to help answer all your questions about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. The way it works is we've got a great panel for you guys. You need to... Hey, good morning, boys and girls out there in TV land. Welcome back to another wonderful edition, episode 51.
Kill this thing.
Stop it. Stop it.
Okay, I'm getting feedback in my ear because of the stupid preview player. Decided it wanted to work on its own. Thank you, YouTube. But if you, I know, right? But if you have questions, in chat, just make sure you put in the question. Make sure it's in the form of a question or it has question in front of it. And Dr. Finn, Medicine Woman, will scoop it up and he will get into our little queue. And I will read it out and go around the corner to all the different people we have here to answer your questions today. So let's introduce the panel. First, we've got, of course, Dr. Finn, Medicine Woman.
Hello.
He doesn't say much, but he does a lot. And he eats Twinkies, and he loves porgs. But he's a medical doctor. It doesn't make sense. None of this makes sense. Also, we have the lightsaber builder from the RSG crew, Sir Loki. What's going on, partner?
Hey, good morning, man. How are you?
Mm-hmm. Are you awake?
Yeah, I'm actually awake.
You got
I'm doing
coffee?
well.
You have some caffeine? Some
Yeah.
breakfast? Okay, good.
Loading it up.
That work. And also joining us, we'll I'm sure more will join as they get on. But right now we have all the way from South Korea, finishing up his tour there for the fine United States Army, and that is, of course, King Felix.
Good evening to you.
Good morning to you, sir. Oh, the time changes, so this throws me off. Also joining us, all the way from across the pond, he's one half of the English brothers we have on here. His other half will not be on today, but of course, we're always glad to have the one and only Mike Hunt.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How you doing?
We're doing good as you watch your football.
Yeah. I'm away from that now. My team are losing. It's not good.
Who are they facing?
Fulham. It's a derby.
No.
It's a local derby. It's I think they're both in the same borough actually. Fulham. I support QPR, just up the road from me in Shepherd's Bush.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, your team wins, your team loses.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm
You
not.
just have
I'm
to
not
go with the
a
punches,
glory
trust me.
hunter. Yeah.
And then also joining us today, I think it was the first time he's been on. He's been on a lot of other streams. Is the one and only Xylo Takedown.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me.
Glad to have you aboard, my friend. Hope you got your coffee and you're ready to rock and roll.
Oh, yeah.
And let me just make sure we got everything here. So, as I said, get your questions in. Welcome. Good morning to everybody in chat. Glad to see you're all here. Get your questions in. Dr. Finn is scooping them up as quickly as possible. And then as more people come on, I'm sure they will. I'll add them to the queue for more questions and answers. There's some people still missing. They're probably still sleeping going, no. Some of it's super early in the morning. Not so much for me and Finn. It's still early, but Loki, you're a brave man for doing this. That's all I got to say.
Anything for the viewers, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's not Hawaiian time like Bimatsu. Oh, good morning, Bimatsu, if you're out there. Sorry, I forgot to say at 5 a.m. in Hawaiian time. So we're getting all the questions starting to fly in already. Goodness gracious. While we're doing that, let me ask this. Did you guys read the long post? We covered it on the Wednesday night stream about their explanation of territory wars, and what did you think? We'll go to you, Mike. What did you think, Mike?
I'm not impressed. I'm just, it's like, it's hard enough already, and you just know that that the nerfs that they've applied are going to be broken. I don't know if anyone's done a territory battle since they came in, but there's some weird and funky stuff taking place.
Territory battles or territory wars?
Sorry, territory. Sorry, no, my bad. Sorry, I'm going on about the Sith raid, and I shouldn't be there, should I? With the territory wars, I don't know. It's prestige, isn't it? If you win, otherwise, you're getting the stuff. It's a 3-day thing. My concern really is just the amount of work that it puts onto leads of guilds.
That's a lot.
I mean, so much work, so much coordination, and I mean, I get we all moaned about we needed more things to do, but now it's almost all consuming.
Yeah, territory wars is very consuming. I mean, I don't know how the officers in my guild do what they do, and it's impressive actually.
It is. We I mean, hashtag we need more tools for officers to just
Yeah, it's really crazy the amount of effort it takes. I mean, if you care. I mean, if you don't care, then you just throw your teams in there like,
yeah, and then wonder why you're not in the guild anymore.
Yeah. Anybody else about the letter, about territory wars, and your thoughts about what they addressed and everything? Really? Well, it looks like the panel died.
I was gonna say, for me, with territory wars and whatever they want to do, I think this, however many squads you have to set, is just way too much. And there's no breakdown of GP for what it has to be. For how many squads you have to set, which I don't really like that. If they wanted to make it cap it at 30, that'd be a whole lot better than the 34 or 35 that we usually get. Mm-hmm. My biggest problem with it is it's way too much work for not enough reward.
Interesting.
It's like doing a tier 3 heroic rank war. Like, why? Why are you doing it? You don't get hardly any guild tokens. 2 to 3 Zetas is every 4 times a month? Is that what they're doing? That's nice, but the gear is god awful for how much work that people put in.
All right. Anybody else? Thoughts, prayers, wishes? All right.
So I was just going to throw out there. They only mentioned the matchmaking, right? They didn't mention the additional teams or whatever it is, right? Addressed. So, yeah. Well, I mean, I hope that they just, narrow the gap, meaning there shouldn't be any matchups anymore with like 150, with 50 mil difference, 60 mil difference. But at the same time, I just hope that the matchups are more fair, but then they also lower that elite guild requirement, so the number of teams are also dropped as well. So
they never defined.
They didn't say anything about that.
Yeah, they didn't define what does it mean by top tier and guild. I mean, I give them a lot of props for a lot of the stuff they've been put out this week in reference to Dear Baby Ranger. If you just started each of those, it's like Dear Baby Ranger, because those are the things that I was immediately ranting about, and they address it, but they still haven't addressed, the concept of, from what we initially read of, top end gears, guilds having, an increase in deployments to everybody having some kind of form or capacity number increase of deployments, for each zone. And we don't know the line drawn in the sand, like how many you hit and all that stuff. So, oh goodness, it's a lot. All right.
That's crazy.
It is what it is, and we'll see. We'll probably get some more clarification, I'm hoping, because whether you agree with it or not, the fact that they did break it down finally, I think is the right direction that they need to go. It's something I really wanted them to do. All right, let's do some questions. Let's see here.
Eh?
Yeah, see how I did that. Let's see. Question number 0 from Finn. I don't know why he put it as 0, but I mean, Finn, you're a strange man.
Question number 0.
The first one is 0. Finn is not anything but thorough. I think he just did that in there because it was a question he wanted me to answer before all the other ones. So this is from B Morfett. His question is: can I get a shout out for my alma mater, UMBC? Go Dogs! Hope Loki took the 20.5. I don't know what that means. Is that the bet? Are you betting on the
probably
March
the point
Madness?
spread?
Huh?
No, you know what? I haven't gotten around to looking at stuff, but I usually do. So, but yeah, that's the point spread.
I figured.
It's basically one of those. It's one of the. Hopefully, they pull the upset.
Yeah, I know Buffalo.
They did.
Yeah, they did.
Yesterday,
they did. I'm sorry.
Beat University of Virginia. First time in 136 games.
That's right. I saw the stuff in our Discord. Everybody's like, "Where'd they come from?"
Yeah.
No, I did not take the bet, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think the other big upset was Buffalo slaughtering Arizona. It's like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
It's not that they won. They slaughtered them.
UMBC against Virginia was worse. And that was a 16-1.
I know. No 16's ever beat. I know there's been some 15 beats too, but 16 beat 1. Oh, my God. And against Virginia, who's been such a powerhouse. What was the final score on that, Finn?
It was like 70-something to 60-something. I'll tell you the exact score here in a second.
So shout out to UMBC.
74-54. 20 points even.
They beat them by 22?
20. 74-54.
That's what I said.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, you said 22. You meant 2 like the Buffalo game, not the...
20 as well.
What is going on? I mean, the selection committee needs to pull their head out their butts, man. Jesus. That's what makes March Madness great is you watch them because you're looking for those upsets. I was watching University of Texas play Nevada yesterday. What a game, man. There's been some really fun competitive games here. Upsets. You got to love March Madness, man. So good. That's called basketball, Mike. We take the ball, we don't kick it, we dribble it, and we try to slam dunk it into a basket.
That's an alien sport to me. That
don't worry.
Oh, don't worry. We feel the same way. We feel the same way about cricket.
Cricket's actually pretty easy to understand.
I know it's pretty easy to follow.
Yeah. Some funky fielding places.
There is. All right, let's get to the questions. Cesar Rodriguez. We're going to start off with King Felix. And the question is, besides Rey, what's the best team for Sith Raid? Preferably one that is good in all phases.
Imperial Troopers utilizing the Death Mark. I know it took a bit of a hit, but I still think it's up there. And then Zeta Crew Lead can get some pretty good damage. Usually OG Kylo can do some great things, especially in Phase 4 when Nihilus goes through protection. So he immediately gets that I think a 50% damage boost on his Outrage. So you can get some pretty decent hits in with that.
Yeah.
And then he's good for Nihilus as well because you really never have to use the basic, which obviously gives him more protection. I'd say those two. I've seen some maxed out Phoenix teams do pretty well, but they need to be like tip top Phoenix to work.
It's good. Yeah, that trooper team is, man. Once you get them geared and you get a good Zeta on Veers and stuff like that, pretty nice. All right, next question will go to Mike. This is from Kilosiraptor. And the question is, what's the best Night Sister squad for the Sith Raid without Spirit and Zombie? Who should be lead and what Zetas are necessary?
Ooh, without Spirit or Zombie. You see, I've only done...
What?
Nothing. I've only done it with Zombie.
Did somebody join?
Yeah. Somebody joined.
Who joined?
Little Miss Tardy Pants.
Oh, well, hello there, Canadia. Is she there? She joins and she muted her mic. Or she went AFK?
She is muted in shame. She has muted herself in shame.
Well, I mean, T-Money, if you're going to just pop in secretly, you have to say something before you just go off and disappear. Maybe interrupt Mike for no reason. Mike, continue your thoughts. I'm sorry, sir.
That's okay. Personally, I am liking the Asajj lead. You're going to have a problem if you don't have Zombie in the squad. You're going to have a problem. Not so much a problem, I suppose. You're going to have to target the ads and kill them just to boost her offense. I suppose the other thing that we also need to cover here is Zeta on her. Well, if you can double Zeta, do that, because she's absolutely awesome. But yeah, stacking the offense and just getting her to go. I mean, I recorded my most recent. I did a 2.4 million heroic phase 4 with them, which seems to be okay as a score. I'm looking for validation.
Oh yeah, that's really good.
I'm not getting validation. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, so like if you can leave one of the ads, by ads I mean either Marauder or Sith Assassin red, and then use Asajj's AoE, which will take out whoever it is, and it will reset so that she goes immediately with another AoE, and she's just laying down loads and loads of damage. So yeah, personally, I would go that route. Mother Tao's in the squad, definitely. So yeah, I'd go Asajj lead, Tao's in, Acolyte because she's going to stealth, Daka, Talia. I think I've covered 5 spots there, haven't I? Because Talia's quite a useful Night Sister because she heals on her basic, and that and her special's quite good as well. I mean that can really bang in some crits. I think I got like a 33k or something from one of her crits.
Nice.
She can hit hard. And she heals and she dispels. I mean, not that you can dispel all the locked in stuff, but yeah, she just cleanses them up a bit. That would be, that's where I would kind of look at if you can.
Okay.
But the Zetas on Asajj would be, that's really gonna boost your scores.
All right. Next question will go to Xylo. This is from PJ Slowinski. Says, hello all. Any help with the BB-8 Mythic Tier 3? I'm using Gear 10 JTR and Ray, Gear 12 R2, Gear 9 BB-8 and Finn, and I'm always getting wiped. What do you think there, Xylo?
Yeah, that's actually funny. I'm still finishing the Mythic event like the last time around when it first was the Mythic event release. I couldn't beat it myself. I was up last night before bed too, trying to finish it off. I guess the best thing I could advise is putting more speed on your JTR and your BB-8 if you're running them. If not, then potency and speed for your Finn lead. And yeah, I mean, try and make the best out of what mods you can, shuffle your mods a little bit. That's what I'm going to be doing here in a minute.
Mm-hmm. Unless you want to make a video of Ranger going after Thrawn again.
Yeah, man, I'm ready for those 3 Zetas on that achievement list too. And I mean, the rewards aren't anything crazy, but it's something you got to do.
Okie dokie.
Now I'm probably going to make a video about it, actually.
Word. Let's see. Next question, we will go to Sir Loki. This is from Anton88, and his question is, what's the best arena team? EP Invader, but who else? Thrawn, Death Trooper, Sith Trooper, Nihilist, TFP Assassin, or Short Trooper? Who should he add to the EP Vader combo there, Sir Loki?
So depending on your shard, if you have a lot of other EP Vader combos, then I'm actually not a fan of Thrawn, and the reason being, especially if your shard is full of mirror matches, is because when he cleanses, he gives the other team turn meter, right? So the AI is gonna he's gonna do turn meter swap. It's gonna clear his debuffs. It's gonna clear somebody else's debuffs, and you just gave the other team a buttload of turn meter, probably 100% turn meter at that point. So the best one I think that I fought with like in mirror match in my arena shard is gonna be EP lead with Vader, Nihilus, probably Sith Trooper, and then Scion. And Scion actually works with, I mean, you can have him 4-star like Gear 11, and he's still pretty good. You could try General Kenobi, but the problem with that, again, is you're giving their Vader another 8 speed if you run Jedi on your team, right? And yeah, just it's really dependent on the shard. If your shard's not Palpatine heavy, then you can run Thrawn instead of like Sith Trooper and just run one tank and run Scion. But right now I would do Vader with EP, then EP lead with Vader, then Sith Trooper, Nihilus, and Scion. That's what I would run.
Yeah. It does give you some combinations.
Yep.
And EP is kicking the snot out of this territory battle. I love it. And so are Troopers. And having that Kylo Ren team that I have with the Zetas and everything unmasked, I'm just killing it. I finally didn't get one completed. I got to the second battle, but that's because my bounty hunters suck. I just can't.
You're just winning, man.
You know, everything else I'm winning, but that is like, really?
Tarkin can be naughty in that squad.
Yeah, Tarkin's very good in that squad.
I had to switch my
Tarkin,
strat and
EP Vader and Shore Trooper. Yeah, that team's that's a team I run for territory wars. You know,
I have to fracture Tarkin. If you don't fracture Tarkin, you're toast.
Oh yeah, speeds up. He'll speed up Tarkin, and Tarkin will take your turn meter, and then he'll hit you with the debuffs and stuff, and you're like, oh no. All right, next question. T-Money, are you there?
Hi, good morning.
Well, good morning, sunshine. Just gonna stealth in and not say good morning.
Well, you know, I'm being polite, as Canadians do.
Oh, that's a Canadian thing?
Yeah. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Eh?
Hey, about that, You ready to answer some questions, T-Money?
Yes, please.
Coffee? You got everything going?
I do.
That's right. Have you had a balanced breakfast full of vitamins and minerals?
Not really, actually. I'm lying. I don't have coffee. I just kind of ran out of bed and down here. RSG.
Word. Okay, T-Money G, a question for you. This is from Young_Gun8834. Question. I just unlocked JTR. Between her and BB-8, what are the Zeta priorities? I was planning on going JTR lead, BB-8 rolling with the punches, and then JTR second unique. Oh wait, okay. BB-8 rolling with punches. He wants to do JTR second unique and then JTR first unique. Well, she doesn't have but one unique, right? This is confusing me. She has a leader in her unique, right? That's it.
No, she has two.
She has two uniques?
Yeah. Just two uniques, yeah.
Yeah, two uniques.
Oh, okay, I'm tired. All right, what's the priority here? What do you think there, T-Money? Give your sage advice.
Yeah, so I'm going to go and get the proper names of the uniques, but definitely lead and then BB-8.
Yes.
The BB-8 assist Zeta is pretty essential, I think, for the raid, for P1 or P2 of the raid. And then I don't know, I'm so raid focused right now, and I almost Zeta'd her unique, the one that does the cleanse, but all of the debuffs are locked in the raid, so it's not going to work in the raid. So I think those two are really important. And you know, I would go with that, and I think there's probably other Zetas that are priority over that, depending on what you have. If you're using her for arena, it's, you know, a different story, but I'm just all focused on the raid right now. I'm convinced that the raid is doable by a lot of guilds once you get Rey.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
You gotta do
the one that. Yeah, and also like Team Money just said, the roll with punches, the lead, and then follow up with the one that doesn't cleanse her but gives her more offense, so that way she can give you more damage in the long run. Yeah, insight, Loki.
I'm debating if I'm going to do that one.
See, I do First Order Stormtrooper first. Then I may go back and do her second one, but I do fine with her anyway. But I mean, you know, with her leader and then BB-8 roll the punches. The other ones, they're nice, but it's like I do fine, more than fine in PvP without it. So
right. Yeah, the cleanse is just more going to hurt you than help you in the long run. But other than that, the second one gives her more offense and some more statistics. So that's the only extra plus.
That's a really good point in this arena. Your cleanse is going to be a little 5% turn meter for all those EP teams right now.
Yeah. R2, the D2, the garbage can.
Yep. Oh yeah, I do. All right, next question from Top ARPA, and this is directly for Loki. Question to Sir Loki: Night Sister Spirit or Acolyte as a fit for the Sith raid? They're running a Saj, Talzin, Doc, Italia combination, and then they're wondering zombie. They're wondering if they should go Acolyte or Night Sister Spirit.
I like Spirit better. She hits harder.
That was for Sir Loki.
Sorry, excuse me.
He can answer. I don't mind. We can both answer.
Sorry.
No,
you go ahead, Loki. Yeah, that's my fault, brother.
No, you know what? I don't have my Spirit to 7-star. So I actually use Acolyte. I use kind of a variation of what Mike mentioned earlier. So it's a Saj lead with Mother Talzin, Daka, Talia, and then Acolyte. That's what I use. And Talia is a beast. I think in the raid, she gets that event buff. She gets that 23,000 health and some other fun stuff. The heal on her basic, on Talia's basic, actually helps with the bonds of weakness, because you can let that thing stack up a lot, and then she'll just heal everybody anyway. So you can stretch that team a lot further. Spirit sounds interesting simply because she has a double, I guess, turn meter reduction kind of thing going. She gets the turn meter reduction from Ventress lead, and then she has her own kind of turn meter reduction on her basic, I believe, and then she gets turn meter back from whatever she took away. So that's definitely got possibilities there. Her stun's kind of useless, but she gains a bunch of foresight, and I can totally see her being useful. You know, if you were gonna substitute her for Acolyte. I mean, Acolyte's there just to be annoying. But she gets wiped out by the AoE anyway that Treya does and stuff like that. So you know, if you're going to fight her in P3. So, but you know, if I was going to pick, I would probably, if you can get Spirit to 7 stars, I would substitute her for Acolyte. But at this time, I mean, I don't have her, so I use Acolyte instead.
Right. Then she also has the armor penetration too, as well, on her unique.
Yeah, she gets a bunch of offense. So she's, you know, I can definitely see her being viable and useful.
She's a hard hitter, and she makes up for, like you said, alcohol. It's there more to make damage, but be annoying. And Spirit would not only hit harder, but create more turn meter manipulation.
Yep.
Are you guys talking about being annoying to, like, Scion? Treya? Do you see your PvE characters like getting mad? Acolyte, stop! No.
That's Canadian.
It just keeps going.
That's Canadian wisdom right there,
Yeah, she hits hard with those wooden arrows she's got. So yeah.
You don't know if they're wooden. They could be steel plated, rotted, Loki.
Yeah.
No, they're probably
not the way mine hit. So. But she's barely doing 8K. You know, it's like, I mean, I get it. You know, hopefully, you know, we all wish for the infinite loop of some sort with her, but you know, it doesn't happen. So.
No. All right. Next question. We will go back to the top to King Felix, and this is from our good friend Addix Mathma. Question, King Felix: do you think they should make the territory war attack phase 48 hours long, since it is so complex now? So he's saying it should be 2 days instead of 1 day for the attack.
No. Simply because at least for me, no. Because when it's on a weekday for me, my attacks are basically limited to like 2 hours after I get off of work. And I think if you make it longer, you're going to have guilds that, you know, they're going to do all their battles the first day anyway. And then the whole next day is going to be people throwing in, you know, level 4 Ewoks and crap like that, just not really doing anything. I think the real changes they need to make to it are the squads and the matchmaking. I don't think they fixed it on the last one. And the rewards. But I don't think it should be 2 days. I think it's long enough as it is, between the joining phase, the defense phase, and the offense phase. And with the Sith raid now being the primary focus of most guilds, I don't think an extra day of territory wars is going to help remedy the situation that they've created.
All right. Next question will go to Mike. This is from Nathaniel Miller. And his question is, Mike, what are some tunes you should not use in each phase of the Sith raid?
I saw this one pop up, and initially I was going to say kind of like most of them. And then I thought about it.
It's not a bad answer.
And I reappraised it to all of them. All of them. I mean, unless you're in a guild that can actually, you know, it's like you're having to limit like one squad per phase, you're probably gonna, you know, it's a mission. It definitely is a challenge to complete it. So, you know, having tunes left at the end and not completing it, it's like, what? You know, you leave it on the field, don't you? You throw everything in the kitchen sink at it. But lots of research. Hopefully your officers are kind of looking at all the all the options and who's posting what with what and how they're geared and what Zetas they have and everything. And also, of course, most importantly, the tactics behind it. I mean, McMold's got some great videos out on how to. Is it core of just I was in a Discord room, and there's a fantastic Google's document detailing all, you know, the various phases, who to use where, and links and everything. It really is you know, I'm sorry, it's the old cliche about it being a team effort, but I mean, it is a complete, you know, all 50 guild members working together. JTR is your main squad, even after the nerfs, and then working out who your main squads are, what the damage is that you should be looking for. Sorry, I'm slightly going off topic here, but and always remember, flight mode is your friend. Clock the percentage when you start, see what it is as you get annihilated, and whether or not that's a score that you want to post. But use flight mode and try them out. I mean, I've seen some ridiculous scores with some unusual squads, and I'll go and find them I mean, like Lobot leads and all sorts, and it's like, what? So yeah, I mean, we all believe that there is a magical squad out there that we haven't found yet, or a combination. Tuscans could be the answer.
No, how dare you?
Clones suck.
They do.
Oh yeah. No, clones. Shame on CG. I mean, clones have their own war and everything, and they're like, I mean, they're worse than stormtroopers now, aren't they?
Clones were so they are worse than stormtroopers. Before. Now it's like,
I was using clones, but the problem right now is if you're going to bring any kind of a DPS team in, you have to run Death Trooper. That's the problem.
Yeah, and then you're pulling apart another team.
Exactly. I really like the teams that Nukin and McMull came out with. They both got videos on this team, but it's pulling apart two teams.
Yeah, I don't like that.
If the two teams combined can get bigger damage than the one team, then why not just run the two teams, right? But that's the problem right now is you only got one toon in the whole roster that can do Death Mark, and it seems like it's the only viable solution if you're going to run Rebels or if, I even ran clones. I ran clones of Death Trooper, and when you drill with Cody's 212, I mean, you can do some decent damage with it because you're getting all the bonus Death Mark damage.
Yeah.
There's that Rolo team, so it's a Rebel Officer Leia where she hits like 10 times. With Sabine and Death Trooper. That one works as well, but again, you're pulling apart a Trooper team that could obviously benefit from Death Trooper too. So it's way lopsided. We have like 130 toons now, and you got a JTR team and then any team with Death Trooper that can do some big damage. And then Night Sisters. So, I mean, that's pretty much it.
So I found one of the screenshots of our last raid. 3.6 million. This is heroic. Phase 4 with the Poe lead. Poe, Finn, Resistance Trooper, Baze, and Battle Droid B2.
I can see that.
Spamming the AoEs.
Yeah.
In what phase?
A lot of tenacity.
Phase 4.
That's crazy, though. I don't get why it's Poe lead.
No, it's because of what he's got.
Yeah.
There's a 3.6 million lead. Score. This again is Phase 4 heroic. Lobot lead. Hang on, I need to get in on this picture.
Can you put that in the Skype chat too?
Yeah. Cassian, the Hoth brothers, and Dengar. All of which are gear 8, except for Lobot.
What?
3.6 million. I said there's some weird stuff took place in the last.
No way.
Yeah.
Well, there's a bug too, right? Where people are posting 0 damage, even though the damage underneath the character pictures, right? You can have damage numbers all up in there, but your total's 0 for whatever reason.
Here we go. Here's this one. How about this one then, right? Okay, when I say that only 2 of who I say are Gear 7, and that's where they are. They're not higher than Gear 7. Talia lead, Gear 7. Lobot is blue.
What?
IG 100 is Gear 7. Mob Enforcer is blue, and Jedi Knight Guardian is blue.
No way.
3,589,163.
That's some shenanigans.
This is like, what the hell? Oh, yeah.
It's Photoshop.
Yeah.
That one, yeah.
No.
That
These are our guild posts. I'm looking in my guild's Phase 4.
Then your guild is full of lies.
Liars.
They're all bad men, my
God. Yeah, even the women.
I think that Jedi Knight Guardian had some sort of talent in the raid, though, but I don't know. I was looking at her kit last night, and I couldn't.
No.
How would that work? How is that working? What's the trick?
It's a no.
No, not as a blue either.
APK? I don't know.
That's no.
APK.
All right, let's go to the next question. Then we're going to go to Xylo on this one. This is from Top Jimmy 33. He says, question, I just unlocked Hermit Yoda. Should I start to farm Wampum using both at 5 stars or take Hermit Yoda to 7 stars for use in the Sith raid? My guild will be doing the heroic Sith raids soon.
Well, I actually I made a video on that too, but I would recommend Hermit Yoda to the 7 stars because you can just stretch him out so much in the Sith raid. And if you're going to be doing heroic, you want your full roster, to go through each phase and do your part. And Hermit Yoda basically makes you take 4 tunes from a faction and add him to the 5th as the healer. Master's Training, spamming, you're spamming the team to go. They're fun to run with, like Troopers, JTR. I tried running them with Ewoks in Phase 2. That one was pretty fun. You can stretch out your Phoenix faction a little more and give them some extra health, and save Ezra and Sabine if you want to stretch them out into other teams. It's basically, in my advice, getting Hermit Yoda to that mechanic to where you can use him in the Sith raid and get your points in the Sith raid, and you won't regret that one in the long run too, because Wampa is more of a exclusive PvP character to me right now. So you're getting a lot out of PvP from Wampa, yeah, but you're not going to get too much use of him out of the Sith raid other than throwing the sink at him in Phase 4.
All right.
So yeah, go get Hermit Yoda.
Very nice. Yes, I'm farming that little green frog as we speak. All right, next question. We'll go to T-Money. This is kind of a follow-up from Nathaniel Miller from his previous question, but we'll go to you, T-Money. And the rephrase question is: what are some tunes that are especially weak in some phases versus others, i.e., Phoenix in Phase 1, multi-hit tunes in Phase 3, etc.?
Zal in P3, yeah. I was having a lot of trouble with. Really, it's. I think the key about this raid and when you're organizing this raid, you really have to think of how do we take down Darth Nihilus, right? Because Darth Nihilus is gonna annihilate your tunes, and you can last a lot longer if he's not there. So. Any tunes that are relying on basics, any tunes that have long cooldowns for their specials, you really have to avoid that when you're in the beginning of that phase. And yeah, that's P3 or P4. I'm sorry, I'm still waking up here.
I know, you tell me.
Oh.
P4.
P4. My bad. We haven't done it for feels like a long time. We're starting tomorrow morning again. So yeah. So really, that's what we're working on right now. Really organizing teams to take down Darth Nihilus, or it's just a bunch of wasted effort and wasted damage going back and forth every time you're taking that protection off. You think when you get in there, you have maybe 30 hits at best that you're getting off, and if you have to waste 5 or 6 of those every time getting Darth Nihilus's protection down, you're wasting 15-20% of your damage every time you go in. So between that and Annihilate, that's really what I see that as the priority of this raid.
So any other teams, not tunes, but teams and phases that you're just like, don't do that?
I think First Order, you with crew lead, you got to make sure where you put those guys. I'm really fixated on the whole retribution mechanic. Mm-hmm. They were really great. They were actually really great in I think that when you have retribution, all of the basics that don't count as a basic, so they actually work against Darth Nihilus. Mm-hmm. So, so crew and Faust, they can get going in there. So just thinking, what other tunes can you put into those teams? Because First Order TIE Pilot and First Order Officer are so squishy; they're just going down really fast. So I find any squishy tunes are, I just can't get them to last. My mods aren't Loki mods, so. I'm sure other people can get around that.
Nobody has Loki mods.
Hermit Yoda.
Yeah. Yeah, and Hermit Yoda. We've confirmed. I don't have him at 7 stars yet, but we've confirmed he escapes and goes back into your roster for use in each phase. Yeah. So that's incredible. Yeah. That's such a valuable toon to be able to have a guaranteed escape every time. I'm 100 shards from a 7-star Hermit Yoda, but that's definitely my focus as well.
Yeah. On that note, I mean, he can escape as long as you just time it right. You just want to make sure you don't get him under the AoE and rage. That's the only time he's got a chance of going down. And other than that, again, you can stretch him out through the whole raid.
Yeah, all so right. Strategically killing your other toons.
Somewhat. You just got to get your points still. That's all that matters, really.
All right. Next question for Nathaniel Miller. And we'll go back to the top here to King Felix. He says, with Palp's lead, does killing a toon who had debuffs count as them expiring for the turn meter game?
For regular moves, no. But with Vader's Culling Blade, yes. As Vader's Culling Blade takes the debuffs off, I think before it deals damage, so that's how that works. But regular, like if you have 5 debuffs on a character and then Nihilus annihilates them, no, those don't count because the character dies before the debuffs expire. But with Vader's Culling Blade, he takes the debuffs off and then deals the damage. So that's how that works.
Okay. All right, next question to Mike. This is from Adragon the Conqueror. Question: I run Palp, Nihilus, Thrawn, Vader, and Scion. I have Palp's lead and Nihilus' unique Zeta. What should I Zeta net? Scion or Palpatine's unique?
Apparently Scion's Zeta isn't working as intended, and there's a fix on the way. So I'm tempted to say do Scion because, of course, with their track record on fixes and nerfs, the fix is going to be OP.
I thought they fixed it already.
They did. It was on the 15th. They put out an update for Scion's ability.
Okay.
They fixed it, but what it did was it woke up Magma Trooper in Arena. So Magma Trooper gets like 100%. He gets like 100% turn meter every time he gets pain. So it's silly.
Oh, well, there you go. So who would I put it on? I don't. Has anyone done the Palps unique? I mean, I get it. It looks great on paper, but really noticeable? If you had it back, would you do it again?
I would do it again just because I went all out on the Sith team and just tried to make it. I got 5 Zetas on my Sith team, and I had both Palps, both Vaders. I did Scion's unique. Scion's unique is amazing. Because the first time he lands his AoE pain, everybody attacks him, and then everyone who attacks him gets pain again. So you're getting held by hatred up within like 2 turns. Unique is really great. I need to do Nihilus unique as well for the extra debuffs. But the Scion Nihilus combo, when Trey gets into the game, it's going to be really ridiculous because they'll be giving each other so much turn meter. But Nihilus combo is pretty amazing.
I'm running a Rex lead squad in Arena at the moment, and I've just dropped GK for Nihilus because I've got Scion in there.
But then I've also Palps unique isn't necessary, but if you're gonna really commit to the team, it only helps. It's like 9,000 protection, and also, so if he doesn't lose that protection, right, and say he doesn't get hit immediately, maybe using Trooper and Scion, you double tanks, his protection pool is gonna keep getting higher and higher, and it's because it goes up I think 5% for every shocked enemy, and if the protection's at 100% still, all that protection just keeps getting, it's still at 100%, but it's getting more by 5% every time. So it is kind of like gaining protection back as long as he has protection.
We don't know if that rolls over between Territory Wars battles, does it?
I usually things like that don't. They stack until the end of the encounter.
Yeah, it wouldn't roll over.
Yeah, actually, that's the language until the end of the encounter.
Yeah.
I notice a huge difference when I'm fighting a team with the unique Zeta. It's just it's kind of shocking to hit Palpatine and he doesn't go down right away. It's like, oh,
was that the intended pun?
It's shocking.
Yes, shocking. Come on, Team Winnie. I know it's early. You can do better than that.
Shocking. Oh, pardon me. I'm with you now.
Excuse me.
And you can play with that too. It's just like Darth Sidious's Zeta. You're playing with potency there. You're playing with your protection.
I did that.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Sidious's unique was not a good Zeta.
Real quick,
no,
too.
I did that.
In everybody's opinion, real quick, too, what would be the better lead, though, in the long run with the Triumvirate, Palpatine or Traya?
We don't
Hard
know.
to tell now, but you're definitely going to keep those three together.
All right, now, EP lead, Vader, Triumvirate.
That's what I think is probably going to be the best. Actually, let me look at Treya's lead one more time.
And then the only other combo I'm stirring up in my head is Traya lead, the Triumvirate, and Trooper and Assassin to dig under protection.
I don't know if Assassin's really going to keep a place in Arena, but...
she's kind of squishy. Maybe even like Savage or Vader.
So a Zeta Savage could be interesting with that.
Yeah, that'd be pretty nasty.
Do you want me to read the leader for Traya?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah. So Sith allies have plus 40% critical avoidance and plus 40% potency. When a debuffed enemy takes damage, all Sith allies recover 10% health. When an enemy uses an ability outside their turn, they take damage equal to 35% of their max health. Wow. So no retribution teams anymore against Traya.
Yeah, they're healing constantly. Oh my gosh!
And if you use an ability outside your turn, you get 35% damage. So it's I guess it's equivalent to what's happening in the raid.
Right.
This damage can't defeat enemies. When an enemy gains a buff outside their turn, they lose 50% offense until the end of the next turn. That is just insane. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god, that's gonna crush everything.
That's gonna crush everything. I'll say the answer is Traya.
That's science.
Yeah.
That's science. From now on, the answer is
It might be, but you got to remember, turn meter is king. So Palpatine's
also true.
Palpatine. I mean, it could be a tic-tac-toe. Maybe you got to use Traya lead for certain teams and Palp for other teams, but
Sith versus Sith.
That's going to be the best.
All right.
That's the way it's supposed to.
Let's go to the next question. This is going to go to Xylo. This is from Jakyle. Question: how should I mod a 5-star Nihilist to make him more viable in Arena? Xylo.
That's a good one. You said 5-star in Arena?
Yes.
your punches.
I would say, just because they're easier mods that you probably already have, I would say get your best health with speed secondaries, kind of make it more survivable in your arena team. And then again, speed secondaries, potency secondaries, or if you do have some good potency mods too, potency wouldn't be too bad there. That's just my opinion.
All right. Good answer. So Loki, Finity has a question.
Yes.
He says, do you think the reason they eliminated the escape option from the Sith raid is because they didn't want people using Death Mark from Death Trooper in every squad escaping him repeatedly?
Yeah, absolutely. They didn't want people to escape their whole JTR squads, so you can keep using them over and over again. They didn't want another, Zeta Kylo effect. They didn't want anybody soloing a page. So yeah, That's definitely the reason. I don't doubt it at all. I think mainly it's just for JTR. I mean, it's like the tank, right? You could retreat CLS and Han Solo a bunch of times and do really well in every single phase. So the Death Trooper's a good one. Sabine's a good one. Any of those unique debuffs that can help stack damage or do massive damage, they didn't want you to keep using that in every single team.
There you go. All right, next question for Team Money. This is from Top ARPA. Question, what's the best lead for a thermal detonator squad? Also, can Jawa Scavenger work in that team because of his unique?
I'm loving Zam. I'm just like, I've finally figured her out, and she is just...
Well, I think she's a he.
The bomb.
Can
I say that? Changeling. She's the bomb.
What's she's that? Fast, yeah.
She is fast. So under a Boba lead, she's laying down her thermal detonators, and she's getting turn meter. I'm sorry. I like to go and like look at the source so that I'm not like BSing you guys over stuff. So I'm just going to go to Boba's lead here. So all of the bounty hunter allies gain 15% turn meter whenever a thermal detonator explodes, and Zam gains a bunch of turn meter when a thermal detonator explodes. So even just one thermal detonator, she'll get full turn meter. So she puts the thermal detonators on everyone. There's 5 or 6, in TB. And then if you just time it right, you can just pick through them one at a time. And she's just, picking them off and gaining full turn meter and picking them off and gaining full turn meter and also feeding 50% turn meter to that whole team. So I think Boba lead is essential for bounty hunters because of the health increase and with their potency, and they're just so squishy without them. The Jawas, does somebody else want to take the Jawa question? My Jawas are just enough to get me the mod challenge, and but I definitely have been wanting to play with that after seeing the damage done in T6 of the Sith raid with the thermal detonators. It just looks like so much fun with such low gear characters. Someone want to help me out with the Jawa?
I think Finn could chime in on that one more than any of us.
No, those are Ewoks.
No, I can do Jawas too, actually.
Oh,
well, he's been talking about thermal detonators and combos like that too for a little bit. So
what?
Yeah, so thermal detonators in phase 1 end up being really kind of I think they're going to be one of the bigger things in phase 1 of the Sith raid, because the wording on Nihilus's unique in the raid is that whenever he takes damage, he gets that stacking tenacity. But he doesn't get the stacking tenacity if he's not taking damage. The application of a thermal detonator does not inflict damage, depending on the ability. But you can put like a detonator from Jawa Engineer, and you're not really doing damage on that particular attack. And that's also one of the reasons why you can use them against like 5s and stuff in Arena and like Territory War, and you see that he doesn't counterattack. It's because there's no damage being dealt. So, and then to the question about Jawa Scavengers unique, yes, because now every time Jawas take damage, you're applying a detonator onto whoever it is that's attacking. And when Nihilus does like his AoE, now he has 5 times 50% chance to place a detonator. I do not believe that this is affected by tenacity from what I've seen. I think it's just a 50% chance. I ran it in a tier 6 phase 1. I have 2 Jawas that are level 80. They're all not relatively high geared yet. They're like gear 9, gear 8. And I managed to do like 500,000 with crap Jawas in phase 1 of tier 6 because all of the detonators just started to stack up and explode on them. So
that's not bad.
Yeah. So if I level them up, I'm pretty sure I can do over like 1.5, if not more.
Over 9,000?
So I think Jawas are going to be one of the teams that people are going to rotate through to try and save Jedi raid teams as you're preparing for trying to do heroic. I think Jawas are going to be really good in phase 1 in particular.
I think people are finding that that it's not able to get through armor though. That's what it's not like a lot of the scores are transferable. You can say if you got 6 million here, you're gonna get 3 million or whatever it is, but the detonator scores are just not getting. I think you have to add in some sort of, Sabine, right? Yeah. Or something like that.
You could definitely put it.
I see the concept. I see the concept too, because it's not stacking tenacity or anything like that, like you said. So as long as you're not hitting Nihilus with any basics and you're throwing the detonators on him, it'll at least accumulate some good damage, and then you can use your basics on the sides to keep them from killing off the characters.
And the other thing with the translation of damage too, and so the increase in the armor is one aspect. The bosses in Heroic are also level 100. Instead of the level 90 that are in tier 6.
Yeah,
so all of the formulas that they use for like potency and tenacity and everything get skewed because there is a level calculation in order to figure out like whether or not something is going to hit or not. But essentially the health goes down about like 1/3 in Heroic versus what you're seeing in tier 6. And I've seen some screenshots of Jawas. I don't think people have been testing them too much yet, because if you have a full raid of Jedi training raids, you don't really have to even think about it. Really, Jedi training raid is going to be more effective than Jawa, I think, in any scenario. But the couple of screenshots I have seen were like gear 10 Jawas, and it looked like the drop was somewhere around like 50%. But if the health of the boss goes down 2/3, so it's 1/3 in total, overall you're still doing a little bit more percentage-wise than what you're doing in tier 6, even though the absolute damage is less, if that makes sense. So they can still be effective, but it is a heavy investment in Jawas that I think at this point most people have just done in order to do their crit damage mod challenge more so than anything. So once you get that 3-star, you're just simming, and it's like, okay, Jawas are sitting on the side. I don't need them for anything else right now. So It is kind of a heavy investment in very little used characters, especially when there's a better alternative in Jedi Training Ray if you have a guild that has them in numbers.
All right. Next question. We'll go back to the top to King Felix. This is from Junior Hawk 003. Question. What is the AI priority when targeting allies? Example, targeted assists or like Thrawn, Terminator swap, etc., etc., etc. I don't know what the hell the AI does myself. If you figured it out, then by God, you get a cookie.
Well, I've noticed I noticed this mostly in arena battles. Thrawn almost always does the protection swap on the lowest protection character, not by what they have, but by like max pool,
right?
Because I don't see it always for Emperor Palpatine. Like, it's 100% of the time. For assists, I think there's no rhyme or reason. Like JTR calls in R2 just as often as calls in BB-8, so I don't think there's any common sense for the AI, but I believe we've all realized that dealing with this game. So the best thing is when you have a team on defense, you want it to be a very simple team. Rex lead is very simple, doesn't hold very well on defense, but it plays it correctly. Emperor Palpatine teams are great on defense because spamming AoEs is what you need to do with that team, and that's what the AI does. So, like complicated teams like First Order, Resistance, they just don't work. I remember seeing clones. Clones were terrible on defense because they never did anything the right way. Cody used his AoE stun, or not, well, AoE with the stun on the primary target before the 212th attack. So put real simple teams for defense, or else they're not going to work.
Are you on mute, Ranger?
Yeah. Sorry, I was trying to do something. Yes. I didn't want to make noise. Yeah.
I thought I was the one who had the Skype mess up.
All right, next question for Mike, and we'll go to Junior Hawk 003. Question, no, that's wrong. It's Chewburger. My bad. This is from our good friend Chewburger. What a name. P1 Sith Raid. Would Zeta lead Grandmaster Yoda with a Jedi squad? Anakin, Ayla, Ezra, blah, blah, blah. Examples. Work defeat Terminator to the squad through the resistance and perma-tenacity up.
How long did he ask that question? Oh, I see it. Jedi. Yes, probably, but they're going to post about 3 in damage. Actually, it's not quite true, is it? Because Ezra
over 9,000.
Yeah, that's I personally just looking there. You've got like you got quite a few squads all in one, which isn't, your Ezra can go into your CLS Death Trooper squad. Anakin surprisingly does quite well in that squad as well. In place of Ezra, we looked at that this time round, and the Anakin seemed to do better. I don't know. I'm one of the Jedi are a faction that needs a serious overhaul. On paper, yeah, it looks great, but do it, and you're just going to look and think, I've just wasted Ezra.
Mm-hmm.
And a bunch of tunes. I mean, Isla should really be doing a lot more than she is. Hermit Yoda. If you've got a 7-star Hermit Yoda, then there's a much better use of. Yeah, there's a much better use, which is going to yield you far higher score.
Words with you cannot be done.
Yeah, it's.
That is why you're failed.
I'm just thinking of that. Yeah, that's not a stick in my pocket meme or whatever. Sorry, I distracted myself there, didn't I? I still think that Yoda's a stoner. That's why he's green. The rest of his species, the rest of his species ain't that color. We do not have.
High as hell I am.
I love Saturday mornings.
Chewburger, try it out. Flight mode, try it out. See what you think. I just think that those tunes you can use. You can deploy elsewhere within the Sith raid and boost yours and your guild score.
All right. Next question for Xylo. This is from Victo Anto. Question: do any of you think there's a place for Jedi as an alternative to Rey in P1? I can say I think that's a bad idea, but what do you think, Xylo?
Yeah, no, not phase 1. Like I said, you can use Hermit Yoda to stretch out your roster, and
you underestimate my power. No, we don't.
Phase 4, or your Jedi, throwing the sink at him. That's it.
Oh, Jedi just so weak. It's sad.
Until Jedi Luke comes to the game,
and therefore the world.
Sad Canadian day.
It is.
It is the one thing I think that what folks are asking is about the foresight helping
that's a great point.
helping helping to not let Darth Nihilus get his
I see that working better
his AoE off
too. Not in the other phases, because if Zion can't hit you, then then you're golden. And with all that force that going up, I mean, that's where you could really rock the Jedi. I mean, I don't have a Zeta Qui-Gon Jinn, but any of you boys and girls out there in TV land want to run a Zeta Qui-Gon Jinn with some Jedi and stuff, I'm telling you, I think Phase 2 is where your money's at. Oh, you see what I did there? T-Money.
The only problem with Phase 2 is that Sion has he gets turn meter when you poke him, and really Jedi are just poking and poking and poking, so you're gonna get to enrage really quickly.
What? Some people like to poke, T-Money.
I know, and I'm one of those people. But,
that's right.
I think that's really key with Phase 2 is making sure that the damage that's dealt to Sion is good damage, to keep him from you don't want to. It's better to have R2 cleanse his pain than poke him for 5,000 damage. You want to have like nice big damage in there.
Or again, that would be a good spot for Phase 4 for wearing down Sion, and then maybe you could even squeeze like a Imagundai lead in there for Phase 4, and countering everything like that too as well.
Could do that.
I tried that in Phase 4 to do some countering with the Jedi, but they still just don't hit very hard.
With Hermit Yoda as a 5th, though?
No, not with Hermit Yoda as a 5th.
Listen,
you
what
spam
we
Master's
need
training on the sides. That'd be good.
What we need is them to redo Mace and give him the ability called Bad Mother Effer, where he whips out his lightsaber, the Bad Mother Effer, and just starts going to town on these damn Sith.
I think we just need to band together and make this happen.
It's not happening.
I don't think EA is doing very much lately without us yelling at them, so I think we just have to go on
let's be honest. The only one yelling
at
them, the only one yelling at them is me, and I take the hit on that. We got responses, didn't we?
Reggie, you're a good man.
That's right.
Oh, I don't think we're I'm yelling at them too, aren't I?
No, you just yell at everybody, T-Money.
Oh, if I yell at you and then you yell at EA, is that the same thing?
That's kind of, it's a Dutch store action.
That's called doing your part.
That's right. All right, next question to Sir Loki. Hey, it's from Combe Cobra. What's going on, partner? Glad to see you in the chat again, buddy.
Is he back or what?
I think he might be back.
I was asking if he's back.
Yeah, are you back?
Guess who's John back? Wick, man.
Back again. Right. Come over to play some Battlefront with me. Question: how's everyone handling the extra load of the Sith raid on top of everything else now? Did it change the schedule for other raids? Loki, how's this new raid fitting in with your daily life of Star Wars Galaxy Heroes?
It's okay. I mean, I think everybody's more anxious just to get to that one now. They spaced it out. I like it, but I hate it that it costs more currency to go to enter. Was it 110,000 now?
Yeah.
So everybody's impatient and we want to raid the Sith raid as much as we can, but we're stuck doing it every 4 days or something like that. So I haven't really felt the added burden. The other two raids are kind of whatever now, right? Everybody's always on farm. It goes down in a couple of hours. For us, our Sith raid goes down in 5 hours or something like that. Like, we're just taking our time, but it is what it is. It's another grind. I wish we could do it more, but I can see why they want to space it out so they can slow down the farming of Treya, and hopefully Treya's good when guilds start unlocking. Her.
What was that? You get a donation?
Mm-hmm.
But
we got $2. We got $2 from Velociraptor. He said, "How about now?"
How about now? Hey everybody, how about now?
How about now?
How about now?
I will say though, the rewards, they're fantastic. I'm averaging 2 or 3 fully crafted all the time.
The raid
great.
rewards have been
incredible.
I gotta say they've been
crazy good.
Yeah. Everything else, that's up for debate. All right, next question. We will go to the one and only Canadian T-Money G. This is from Carillion316. This is Mara is Sith and KOTOR, I believe. How come she did not get that tag?
That's the worst question for me. Why would you give that to me?
Because I made you do homework on this.
Okay, yeah, I actually did do homework on this, and We're talking about Mar. Are we talking about Mar?
Yeah, this is Mar.
Yeah, so the story with Visas Mar is that when Darth Nihilus decided to eat the whole damn world, he left her and took her eyes, and then he sought her out, she sought him out, and she became his apprentice for a while.
And then they had a baby.
And then they had a baby, and that baby was called Ranger J. 1999.
Oh, I could only wish my lineage was
ancient being. You wish that Darth Nihilus was your dad?
No, Revan.
Yeah, okay. So and then she trained with him for a while, and then left and went back to basically she's not a Jedi. She was a Jedi, then she was a Sith, and then she went back because there was no Jedi. She became not a anything. So that's the result of her tag in game.
She's kind of like a bendo.
And I think they do a lot around timing, right? Because these characters are fluid. So I'm imagining the timing is that it's after she left Darth Nihilus again, and that's who she is.
After they had the baby.
After they had the baby, she's like, "Look, buddy, if you're not going to get a real job, I'm out of here."
Eat all the places we live. I can't deal with this.
The baby can't eat a lightsaber, okay?
You have to leave some for the baby. All right. Next question, back up top to King Felix. This is from SWGOH. Oh. Best squad for phase for Gear 12 Zeta Visas. Another Visas Mark question.
Give that one to Loki. I don't have.
All right, we're going to give that to Loki. What do you think, Sir Loki?
I still think phase 1 with the JTR squad, she works really good. I noticed one thing. I don't know if it was ever caught, but depending on the attack speed of whoever she calls to assist, sometimes she's the one that removes expose, which I'm not liking right now. For example, if she calls R2 to assist, she'll get her attack off first, right? And then R2 will kind of wheel himself in and kind of shock Nihilus, and then hopefully he lands the expose. But if she calls Resistance Trooper, or if she calls Rey in, her attack could remove the expose that they inflict. And for me, it wasn't... I don't think it was doing that when I first unlocked her and was using her. Her attack would always, or her damage would always post before the expose lands, so the expose was always there. So that's one thing to take into consideration. But I still think she works well in phase 1. I'm trying her out with different teams. Like I'm trying her out with like a trooper team. I'm trying her out with the Death Trooper, Sabine kind of team and all that. But
do the crew.
Yeah, I tried her out with crew. She actually worked pretty good.
With
so crew in phase 2
stuff. Oh.
Yeah, crew in phase 2, because you can't land. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter on Scion. You just got to bring them down. So, but she's a great healer. That's one of the other reasons why I like her. And then she's a revive, right? She can revive. She does defense penetration on, especially on a crew team. It would be pretty good with Executioner and all that. So, very versatile tune. I mean, you can use her in every phase.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is you can only use her once, right? So you just got to pick one. But I think she shines in 1. I'm still on the fence now about how the expose mechanic works now with her assist. So I was noticing at the very beginning it wasn't doing that. I like to keep the expose on Nihilus as long as I can, but
who doesn't?
We'll see.
All right. Next question will go back to you, King Felix. This is from True Bree, my boy. Question. I've seen conflicting reports depending on who you talk to about viability of Visas Mar outside of the Sith raid. I've seen JTR teams with Visas even. Has anyone found any viability personally for her in their own accounts in theory crafting and PvP? So not the raid, but PvP.
Keep giving me Visas Mar questions, huh?
Loki.
Loki can't answer all the damn Visas Mar questions. All right, Sir Loki, you know what? I tried.
Well, I mean, mine's 4-star Gear 7.
Here, I'll give you another one. Here, King Felix. This is from Top Opera. Question. Best team with Hoda for Sith Raid. And I guess that's Hermit Yoda.
So I think throwing him in with the. Well, honestly, you're not limited to one team with him because he escapes.
Yeah, you can do. Mm-hmm.
So, I think you're gonna really want to keep him in phase 1 for the heal because Nihilus goes through protection, and I've noticed a lot of my characters because I don't have Yoda, are just running. They're running out of health. It's like plague with Mother Talzin. And then you can use them again in phase 4. But any team that you're looking to just keep alive a little longer, throw Hermit Yoda in there as your 5th. Let him keep everybody's health up, and then he's going to escape unless he gets annihilated or something. He's going to escape every time and just keep using him and like stretch out your roster. If you can continually use him, it's adding like 6 more healer characters onto your roster. So just keep using him. And the other thing is, don't be afraid to use airplane mode. And you maybe use a squad, and they're putting up some good damage, but they're dying a little bit too quick. So then you can utilize Hermit Yoda, have your team keep alive a little bit longer, and do that extra 1 or 2% to help the guild out.
Who's typing?
Sorry, I'm typing.
I don't think that was me like pounding on my keyboard, but I am typing.
All right. Quietly. Secrets. All right, Loki. Do you want to handle the Mars PvP question?
Sure. So again, she's a really good 5th. I think we covered this during one of the lunch streams. I mean, you could run her in a Sith team if you really wanted to and just have fun with her. But she just brings that. I mean, she's kind of like a Captain Han Solo kind of deal. So she heals and she can resurrect your guys. She does the defense down. She also has 1 attack that goes through protection. So the one team I found her really viable in for Arena is the Rex hybrid team right now. So it'd be like a Rex lead with Visas Mar, Mother Talzin, Scion, and Crew. I think right now is one of the best teams right now in Arena, like a hybrid team kind of deal. So the tunes that you have on that team, they don't give the other opposing like Sith team or EP led team any additional speed on Vader. Both Mother Talzin and Visas Mar cut through protection, which is pretty good because you can like one-shot Emperor Palpatine if you had to. With as soon as like Plague lands, then you can do your defense penetration and take out some squishy health tunes because nobody mods for health anyway in Arena. But she shines really well with like in that 5th spot. So you can try her in a JTR team as well. Again, Sith team I mentioned. You can try her with a Rebel team if you still run that. So like a CLS team. Definitely annoying if she calls like Han Solo to assist. I mean, you'll have like a triple or quadruple tap or something like that, which is pretty annoying. But she's not meta changing or nothing. But she's just a fun 5th tune that you can run in a lot of teams.
Word. All right. That's all the regular question, guys. We got through them. Yay! Good job, guys. I'm going to get a couple fun questions here. Nathaniel Miller wants to know, is anyone wearing green?
It's no longer St. Patrick's Day for me, so no.
Oh, well, you wear green all the time, so that doesn't count.
Valid point.
Anybody else?
I will be later. It's my kid's birthday today, so it's kind of a big deal. Yeah, St. Patrick's Day is the deal. Yeah.
How's the little guy turning?
He's turning 7 years old.
Old enough for Irish whiskey.
Congratulations!
Right. Indeed, I know it's his Irish whiskey birthday.
Hey.
I'm just kidding. My 7-year-old does not.
You can give him an Irish shower birthday and just put a lot of cologne on him and make him walk around.
Yeah. Put a fake leprechaun beard on him with a green hat. Like, top of the morning to
you. A big chocolate milk or something.
Quit going after me, pot of gold. Anybody else wearing green? I will wear green today.
Yeah, I'm wearing my Miami Hurricane shorts. It's all about the U.
The U. All right, and then Varangian or I'm trying to think of how Grande butchers his name. I was trying to say it. I can't even do it. It's so awful.
Victorian, there we go.
Yeah, Victorian Vigilante was how he would say it.
What?
You have you have got to listen to more streams. I mean, it's classic. It's so. I mean, he adds letters. He takes away letters.
Victorian vacuum cleaner.
There you go. It's what he does. But Varangian wants to know, question, when will Cup finally get his Empire tag? He's not an Empire person. I don't understand this.
So what, they just disbanded all the Coruscant Underworld Police when they became Imperial City?
Well, yeah, but I mean, they're police. They're separate.
Union?
You know,
the Union?
This is from the Clone Wars time.
This is a labor issue, okay?
Oh.
I said the same time as Bodhi gets his ship.
Well, see.
I am the pilot. I have no ship, but I am the pilot.
You can carry an extra reinforcement or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there we go. I just got an idea for a commercial, like an episode of Cops, but with like a bunch of cups.
Mm-hmm. We got a call.
That's really good.
We got a call from some shapeshifter from the Jedi that's tracking him down. It looks like they got him pinned down to some bar.
Finn needs to get on that.
Yeah, you got to get on that.
Bad
That's
boys.
good.
What you gonna do?
You hear that, Finn?
Yes.
All right. So that's all the questions and stuff for Jedi Academy today. Good job, guys. We got through a lot of questions, but we got through them pretty quick. This is the time where we allow all of our guests to pimp their stuff. First of all, let's just go to King Felix. Anything you want to say out there in KK land?
Well, I won't be here for too much longer. Yay.
Yay.
No more fried chicken.
Good for you, man.
You mean dog?
Yeah.
that was the worst thing about Korea.
Actually,
like, I can smell a dog cart.
I don't know if anybody else saw this, but a United States Olympian was here, and he bought like 90 dogs from a dog farm, and the article read, "Shut down the dog farm." But if you know this country, all he did was give that dog farmer a whole bunch of money to go and buy new dogs to go and cook. So while he saved those 90 dogs, good for him, he probably just caused more dogs to get eaten in the future.
I mean, listen, we joke, but I mean, different cultures eat different things, man. You know, it is what it is.
Sure.
I mean, escargot, anyone?
Those Brits and their horse meat.
I'm partial to black pudding.
No, black pudding.
Can we talk about something else, please?
No,
it's very early, still in Canada.
This is science. This is history. This
I
is
know,
culture.
I'm getting hungry again.
Yeah. No, I would not eat the black pudding because the thing is a very racist pudding.
You could go Irish and have the white pudding then.
See, there you go again with the racial thing. If you just go in the middle and eat the blood pudding, you'd be just fine.
If you combine them, I suppose it'd be grey pudding.
Oh, see what you did there.
That doesn't sound very appealing.
All right, Mike, where can folks check out your pudding eating videos?
Yes, I shall be eating pudding.
No, you will not.
I've got a YouTube channel. It's mike.hunt.swgoh. I'm going to be throwing up. I've got so many videos that I've been spamming my Patreon with.
You need to complete the sentences better, Mike. You went from saying you're going to make videos about pudding, and then you went, I'm going to be throwing up videos.
Oh, don't. Sweary daughter keeps making some classic clangers in when she says whatever it is that she says at the moment. I need to record those and just put them out. I think that'd be far more entertaining. But yeah, I finally got 7-star IPD this week, so I geared that and maxed it, and then chucked it into Arena, and it failed spectacularly. Yay! But yeah, there's loads of stuff coming on. I've got another 163k TIE Slicer hit. Slicer.
You beat mine. Mine was 155,000, so you got me beat by 8,000, buddy.
Yeah, I got a 176 yesterday.
Jesus.
Oh, my record's 175 at the moment. I have got 109 on a TFP though.
Yep.
Which I was. Oh, that was just It was like, oh crap, what do I do now? Hit that button. Ooh. Yep. Loads of stuff. If you subscribed, apologies in advance for the spams that you're about to get.
Word. All right, Xylo, where can folks check you out?
Yeah, just go ahead and Google Xylo Takedown SWGOH. Got my own YouTube channel. I'm also on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter too if you like. Do a lot of theory crafting and everything like that. And I also put out a couple of new videos recently. How to beat the IPD mission without General Veer Zeta. Some Sith Raid Triumvirate film and stuff like that. I have both Zetas on my Hermit Yoda. Obviously, I've been hyping them up a lot today, so I'm going to be trying to put more film out on there with, some multiple teams on Hermit Yoda. And then, if you like it, come subscribe. And I really appreciate you guys having me on the show.
Absolutely. Team Money.
Yes.
Tell about those Nerf herders.
It's all about the Nerf herders. Yeah, we've got. I'm gonna get some nice stuff going on our Discord this week with the Sith Triumvirate raid. We've got some wonderful kind of data building up on our Wolfpack server, and I'm gonna transfer that over to our Nerf herder server this week. So I think that's kind of the thing that I have plans. Project I have planned for the week. Tons of screenshots and tricks and graphs and just trying to compile all that information. I really do believe that this raid should be a communal effort for all of us. It's us against EA. It's not us against each other. Nerf Herder streams every Thursday night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can just search the League of Extraordinary Nerf Herders. We're ridiculous. We're 18 plus. We are not appropriate for young audiences, and honestly,
audience.
Thank you, Ranger.
Yeah, y'all
Ranger.
are wild, man.
We do get down and dirty, though. We're kind of have this weird balance of stupidity and we've got some really, really smart folks on the show, whether they're guests or they're my co-hosts, talking about raids and the nitty gritty intricacies of the game. Mm-hmm. So that's us, and I think yes.
All right. And then Sir Loki, any lightsaber builds that you've been posted on your channel, anything like that?
I really have to. I got a few builds finished last week, and then I'm working on some stuff this week.
I want to see him, damn it, Loki. I love that shit.
Yeah,
I heard you're booked for a year.
He is.
I'm already booked up, yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
I only limit myself to like 1 or 2 builds a month because, I want to take my time with them and make them nice. So that's how I budget my time. But yeah, I'll probably throw some... I'll make a few videos this weekend, put them up. But yeah, it's a steady, fun hobby. If you have any questions about it, always hit me up on the Discord. I'll be more than happy to help you out if you want to build your own.
Well,
I don't mind.
How are the cigars going?
Good, man. Aging.
I just remember the shot you showed me of them. That was like,
I still have one saved that Loki sent me a bunch of cigars, and I smoked the hell out of all of them, and I've got one I've been saving.
Oh, always.
It was so good. Damn good cigars, Locomotive. All right, so that's everything. So I'll go ahead and pimp our stuff. So if you're watching this is the Jedi Academy on the RSG Reality Skewed Gamers channel. We do this every Saturday from 10 to whenever we get done. Sometimes it's shorter than others, sometimes it's longer than others. You never know. Also, we have our Wednesday night stream at 8 p.m. Eastern, which is the latest and greatest from Star Wars Galaxy Heroes news and notes, and we break it down and tell you what it all means. That's what we do on Wednesdays. Of course, on both streams, we always have lots of guests. Same thing with our lunch stream. We've been streaming every day from 12 p.m. Eastern to 1 p.m. Eastern, roughly. Sometimes we go a little bit over, but sometimes, it's 1 hour, but usually around the 1 hour mark, and you can check that out every day from 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern live. Also,
Infinity's got his ADD gaming stuff going. We've got some Diablo stuff. We got some Minecraft stuff. I have my Xbox now and everything, and I've been playing the snot out of Battlefront 2. I will be doing that here this afternoon for a while. And before we go into, I don't know how long I'll play. Probably 3-4 hours. I'll play for some more Battlefront here in a little bit. And if you would like to join that, you have to have a couple things. You have to have the game obviously on Xbox, and then you have to have YouTube. Or not YouTube, but Skype, and you have to, we have, if you want to come join, VIPs hit priority first, but anybody's welcome, and just have to make sure you have Skype and you can play the game on Xbox. That's the way it works right now. Finn's going to be doing some Battlefront on PC, so if you have it on PC, Finn will be doing some stuff on PC too. Tonight we have on our other channel, the RSG Mature channel, we have RSG Mature, where we just kind of hang out and basically we try to play the game Galaxy Heroes, but it ends up just us drinking and being stupid, which is what we need, and questions are allowed. We just have fun. Maybe I'll do Battlefront. I don't know. Well, no, we'll stick with Galaxy Heroes because that way I can just kind of chill and drink.
You know what we should do, Ranger?
What's that?
KOTOR. We should do KOTOR. We should work through the Knights of the Old Republic. Yeah, consider it. Consider it.
There's too many games right now, damn it. Between Diablo and Battlefront and Star Wars Galaxy Heroes and doing Borderlands, I'm like, oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, so that's what's going on now. If you want to listen to this afterwards, of course you can watch this checks out on YouTube, and we've got the they've got the feature now where you can go back and look at the chat and watch everything that happened as it happened live. Or if you just want to listen to us as a podcast, so you can go listen to us and download us on iTunes. We also have the swag store with hats and t-shirts and sweatshirts and all that other good jazz. You can check that out. And make sure you like and subscribe, guys. That's the big thing. Like and subscribe. Help support the channel, and not just for us guys. Do it for all these other fine people. They take the time out of their busy schedule to take time to answer your questions and be here. So it's all about supporting the community. And so please check out their videos. Give them the support. Subscribe to their channels. Give them the thumbs up. And then of course, leave comments. We always like constructive criticism or just critiques or things you like. All that stuff. Just don't be an asshat. As I've always said, just delete your message. Seriously. But yeah, am I missing anything? I think I got everything. Oh yeah. So we'll be doing Battlefront here too. Just stay tuned for that.
The phone number too.
Yeah, we got the RSG phone number.
Oh yeah, the phone number.
If you'd like to call the phone number, it's RSG4Revan with 2 V's. REVVAN. You can leave a voicemail. We're going to start compiling those. We've been getting a lot of spam calls, so it's really been messing us up. I really hate it. I mean, I don't know what the hell that works, but we're trying to figure that out because there's so many spam calls. It's ridiculous. It really is. But if you do leave your name, say your name. We got to know who you are. Don't just be anonymous. Say your name, and then what your question is, and we will start doing that. All right. So, on behalf of myself and the council, thank you all for being here today. I hope everybody has a great rest of your weekend. Check out the rest of the stuff we're going to be doing. So, yeah, be safe, be cool, and check us out when you can. And we will haul at you guys later. Peace.